lick the creamy center.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone need food?
Sure.
Do it for Bobby.
Okay. Durgan told me to do it for you, Kobe, so I'm gonna lick the clean
Wow.
center. There you go.
Ben, you need some food?
Yeah.
Friggin' bats.
Here, you're gonna have to pick it up because I can't give it to you.
Yep.
Put this down.
I already gave them their treats.
How many
I'll
licks
give
does it
them
take? They need to get to the Oreo center.
Guys.
Of the Oreo.
It took 3,
Hey guys, you want
and
to
then the
come
whole thing came
up a little
off.
higher?
Okay, what are we doing, Ziglet? Let me.
Melted. That is what's happening right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, how do I get up?
Can't get back up.
No!
Oh my god, this
get
looks
off
even
me.
worse from this side. This
Get
looks so
off
much
me.
worse
Get
from
off
this
of
side.
me.
Yes, it
Trying
does.
to help you over the counter.
Oh my god.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, door here. Okay, door. Door. Open. No, I want it open. Get me out of here.
Oh
It
god.
looks like she's like trying to jump through the door.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna go into the hot tub. This is-
We'll give you a boost.
No,
Okay.
get away
Good.
from me.
I have escaped from the Santa Durgan. He's going after Elsa. Okay, good.
Hands up. Okay. How do I, for real though, how do I get over the counter?
There you go.
Oh my god.
Where are you grabbing
This-
Elsa? Oh my god.
Oh my
Give it a push
god.
over the counter.
What are
This
you
just
doing?
looks absolutely ridiculous.
What are you doing
Yeah.
for, Elsa?
Oh my god, you are being melted. That is.
Here, I will stand out of the way. Let me get a good shot of you turkey twerking. Okay, go ahead. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Bunker Underground. I am Finity, and we are here to talk once again on a Thursday night about State of Survival. That's right, State of Survival, the zombie defense game, where we try to survive against all odds with the help of The Walking Dead, which just kind of confused me a little bit, but now it's kind of growing on me a little bit. But this is what we are up to here, and we are going to go ahead and start discussing a little bit about everything going on in the game. Now, it's been kind of a quiet week overall. They did have the new Jess event that we can talk about here, which is the Kung Fu Jess getting her a chain type thing, which is the regular kind of character-based event that they tend to do. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I mean, otherwise it's been kind of a quiet week. We do have a developer feedback as well from them. So we'll take a look at the developer feedback and kind of go through that because they did mention a new event. So they have a new event. So yeah. So we'll see exactly how that goes, but they have a new event coming up. It is heading into their test server over the weekend. And so we'll talk a little bit about it. I haven't been able to find any particular information on it, unfortunately. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll go through the developer feedback because it deals with the new kind of game mode. But otherwise, really, it's just been having some fun here. So this may be a little bit of a shorter stream because there just isn't a lot of new stuff at the moment for State of Survival, which is, again, not necessarily a bad thing. There was a period a couple weeks ago where they just gave us so much information and so many like new things that we were completely overwhelmed. So periodically not having something is not the worst of things. I have my gameplay up here. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna try and claim some of this stuff while we're here. But I think overall, I mean, it's not bad to have a little bit of a break from all the craziness that is the events. We still have all the stuff with Migo going on in 125. We haven't gotten to the point of Yith yet. So that's probably going to be heading here soon. And then we'll have to face all that. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about the developer feedback. I'll keep the game up. We'll kind of talk about it. But yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about the developer feedback. Now, I have the developer feedback open here. So I'll kind of read what is in the developer feedback. And we'll kind of take it from there with regards to what we want to do. So let's see. Let me open it up here again because I just closed it. So the first thing is they mentioned that there is a new event. Okay, so there is a new event that is coming out. It is called the Supply. So, I don't know if this is a typo. They called it the Supply Convey. I'm kind of assuming it's a typo because, like, I mean, a convey does work, but it seems like it might be better to call it a supply convoy. It just, my initial thought, like, I felt like this was a typo, but they put convey through everything, so we'll assume it's convey or convey, depending on kind of how you're using it, because I'm assuming it's more of a verb in that way. So it could be convey. I'm not sure. It was a little confusing on what exactly they were referencing here. But again, the developer's feedback post reads as follows. Greetings, survivors. This week, we bring you an update on Supply Convey, a new feature, or Convey, a new feature that allows players to share resources with each other. So this goes back to what we were talking about with regards to the sharing of resources and the updating of the trading post, and being able to kind of find a way to kind of get all of that together, right? And how they're going to do it. So as we start getting into this, it is always good to have the opinion of someone else here as well. So let me go ahead and introduce one of the regulars now that's always here, Mr. Mako. I think Mako's here. Okay. Well, Mako's on mute. And I was on mute in Zoom, so he probably didn't realize I was talking, nor did he hear me introduce him. So I was saying on stream, Mako, hi, Mako.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I forgot. I lost track of time. We're getting ready for our trip to Florida this weekend.
Ooh, where in Florida?
Tampa.
Ooh. That's only like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go to Tampa all the time now because that's where Karma's parents live.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we found out yesterday that there's a tropical storm coming that way. So
yes, there is.
Should be a fun trip because I think our plane's scheduled to come back on Sunday when it's supposed to hit. That
does sound indeed very fun. Yes, that is. Yeah. Yeah, that's one way of saying it. Yes, for sure. But there is Mako. Let's get Mako on the screen here. And I was just getting into the developer feedback. So this week they are mentioning a new event. And I'm not sure exactly how I got confused. They call it the Supply Convey, but part of me thinks it's supposed to be the Supply Convoy. I'm not.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, but they put convey like everywhere, so I'm not sure if that's a typo or not. So I'm just gonna go with Supply Convey for now, and we'll see. But that's obviously one question mark as to if that's the name of it. But if we go through this, the first question that they ask, there's 4 questions regarding the Supply Convey. I'll do the second question first. So the second question says, when will this feature be available? So that was the question. And the response is this feature will be available in the next version and will be tested on PTR this weekend. So this weekend, I'm assuming we'll probably get information from people like Teddy and some others that are on the PTR about what exactly the supply convey is, and then we can maybe get some theory crafting in here like we typically do with this information. But I don't know if there's anything else you can go off just based on that, Mako. It just seems like it's this weekend. People will have an idea.
Right? Sounds like it's gonna be an Azertane heist. It's gonna be dropped on us.
Yeah, it's just that's probably what's gonna happen. So be ready for that. If nothing else, just be ready for that. Then there is the first question that was here: is there a level limit for this new feature? And the answer is yes, because the supply convey will be placed in the trading post. This feature will be available if there is a trading post in your settlement. So to me, that makes sense. That you can't have, maybe they make it level 30, that you need to be able to do like the resource thing. So you can't just make a bunch of little guys, right? And then just keep on trading resources up with all this like the free stuff you're constantly getting. So to me, that makes sense. What about you, Mako?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because the trading center is always, it has set requirements, even though they've never been in play in the game before, and those increase the more you upgrade it. So I would agree with that.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be a nice feature. Again, they don't really give too much information about what they define. The first sentence before they jumped into Q&A said allows players to share resources. Typically, the resources are just the tomatoes, wood, metal, and gas. You could view the resources, we talked about this last week, you could view the resources differently, right? Technically, plasma is a resource, biocaps could be considered a resource. The fact that it's required for so many things, speed ups could be considered a resource just because you need it for certain things. So definition of resource is still a little open, although I'm assuming they're going to kind of stick to the strictest term of food, metal, wood, and gas, because since those are like the resource nodes. So the third question is, can all people give resources to each other? And the answer is no. Only players in the same alliance can give resources to each other, and at the same time, giving resources to other players in the alliance can earn alliance points. So that second part to me is interesting. I don't know about you, Mako. That second part's about getting alliance points for trading resources was the most intriguing part to me. What about you?
I would say it's interesting that they're going to do that, because the alliance points, I guess they might be worth it to some people, but they added that sustainability research in the older states, like 125 and above or lower, to get those alliance points for us, because that was the only way to get those, was to donate to the alliance tech. And once the alliance tech was all gone, there was no way to get that. So I know, like when Daedric was on here, they were talking about they would hoard it, because there was no other way to get that, and there's a lot of good stuff in that store. So if they're gonna make that more available, I like that, because we're constantly going through stuff in our alliance store, like speed ups and resource boosts and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm actually working on, hopefully soon, I will have a video out about the Wall of Finn. I've talked about it before, if you guys haven't heard of it. But the premise behind the Wall of Finn is largely because there are, and I don't know if it's the same in 125, so you can let me know. There are 3 ways right now in 359 for you to get alliance points daily. There are 3 ways in particular. So one is that sustainability donation. The other is the timer helps. The timer helps actually can give you up to 2,000. And the one that people don't use very often, which is why I worked on the Tower of Finn, or the whole Wall of Finn concept when I was with the RSG Guild in 359, is building. Assisting in the building of a tower gives you up to 3,000 or up to 2,000 alliance points per day. Not a lot of people utilize that because it requires like one of the R4s or higher to place a tower, people to go in there. You have to constantly rotate it out. And so I'll have the video about the Wall of Finn hopefully by the end of the month is my goal. But the concept is that you're using the towers in order to allow people to get those free resources. I don't think there's any other ways right now to get the alliance points. And so the ability to trade resources for that, I think, is nice because it gives you like a fourth way that you can get your alliance points. And it becomes quite valuable at that point. Like Mako said, like you run out of it pretty quickly once you start buying like the different speed ups, if you buy the relocators, if you buy the talent resets. Like when you start buying those things with alliance points, you start running out really quick.
Yeah, I know. Because like the most expensive stuff, we stopped putting Sarge fragments in there a long time ago. But I mean, those 8-hour shields, they go like candy.
So it is a little different between our states because I think you guys can set your store, right?
Yes, R4s and R5s can add things to the store using the alliance points,
Mm-hmm.
and then you use your individual points that you get for the helps and all that stuff to buy what's in the store.
Got it. Yeah, so they did cancel that. Hi, Liquid
Okay.
Snake. Thank you. Thank you, Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake said congrats on P5. Thank you. So in 359, there is no ability for an officer to change the Alliance store. The Alliance store is random. There's a weekly store and a daily store, and they're all just randomized on the timer. And so you just kind of go with it. It's not
a
per
set
Alliance.
amount then?
Mm-mm.
So like if somebody buys something, it doesn't refresh until the next day?
It's your individual Alliance store. Regardless of it be calling Alliance store, everyone gets their own individual store that they can purchase from. So you can buy something, it doesn't impact the other person's store.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some of the differences that they have is a little weird between these. Like, I really do hope they start consolidating some of these game versions because it does make, like, I'm used to it now, at least with you, with 125, because I'm starting to remember a lot of the differences that we talked about. I have no idea about the newer states. Just flat out, I don't know what's in the newer states. it's
I have to get somebody on who's like from state 700.
I know. Yeah, if you are in one of the newer states, like 550 plus or something like that, if you guys are interested in kind of just hopping on and chatting with us, let me know. Just join the Discord. You can type exclamation Discord in the chat, or it's linked in the description. Hop onto the Discord, tag me, Finity, saying that you're interested, and then we can chat a little bit. Because we could always use more opinions because the game has so many different versions. So I'll read the last question here that was asked in the developer feedback. It says, is there a guide to this feature? And the response is, it is recommended that you upgrade your trading post as much as possible. The higher the level of your trading post, the more resources you can give away and the more alliance points you can earn. In addition, the trade caravan in research has also been modified to supply Convey. You can also get more alliance points by upgrading this research. So I'm going to check. I think I have that one completed because I think that's in the
economic, I believe.
Yeah, and I think I have... Oh, no, if it's an economic, I may not have it. I have all the development done.
I have all of economic done except I skipped the trade caravan because it didn't have a purpose, so I didn't waste the time on it.
I'm checking now. Yeah, I'm only in development. Oh yeah, look at this. So it is supposed to be Convoy. So it's actually like put in within like a code name.
Oh.
In my game right now. So the trading caravan is now called Trading Post Convoy Name 1. So they have like a little placeholder there. Trading Post Convoy Name 2. Trading Post Convoy Name 3. And there's 4. There's 5. Yeah, so there's 5 different trading post convoys. Oh,
What does
Liquid
it
Snake
give
is saying I'm actually governor of 584 right now. That would be perfect.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's the buffs it gives for the new research then?
Let's see. Trade load increase from 23 as 46 and then 76. I don't remember what they were before, to be honest.
Neither do I. I didn't really pay attention because it wasn't a part of the game. So
No, it just kind of forced you to do it, but then you don't really look at it. Yeah, it's just increasing the trade load. So that's probably how many resources you can donate. So I got some.
I was what, 76K, 90K, probably
Yeah, so
looking at what, roughly 500K with
let's
that
see.
than what you get with the building.
So level 1 is 90K when maxed. Level 2 for some reason is 60K. I don't understand that, but okay. So we're up to 150. The third one is 76, so that puts us at 226. We'll go to the next one. Is 90. So we have 316. And then we have number 5. And that is another 90. So just about 400K.
Okay.
So 400K additional resources. We're not sure which ones yet.
Right.
But we're assuming it's the food, wood, metal, and gas.
And what's the building look like for limits?
Let's see. If I go to the trading post info, daily item request load is 3.6 million. And daily item send load is 733 right now for me. And I have the first 2 completed, and I'm 2 of 3 on level 3. So you're probably looking at just about 1 million on the send load once you update everything.
So I wonder if the research increases your request load and your send load then.
Yeah, it's possible it does both. Yeah, and the request load is obviously useful because that means everyone else is going to be able to donate some amount.
Right.
I wonder if there's a limit how much you can donate per person.
Or per day, maybe?
Well, I'm thinking, like, so if my daily request is 3.6 million, if I pop that 3.6 million, are, like, 4 people able to fill this up? Or is this something where it's, like, it has to be, like, at least 8 people, so they limit you that you can't do, like, 900,000, you're only able to do, like, 400,000 on a particular request. And because I bring up that because that is a concept similar in Clash of Clans, for example. So the Clash of Clans is a little different, but what they have is called a clan castle. And in the clan castle, there's like a certain amount of troops that you can actually fill it with. Once you get to a higher level, it goes to like 30 spaces of troops, 35, 40, but you can still only donate 30 levels worth of troops. So if somebody needs 35, you're not able to fill up the entire thing. So you're only able to do like the 30s worth or something like that. So there is like a limit sometimes in that. They changed that actually recently. So now it's no longer you're limited to like the 30. You're only able to put in like 7 troops. There's like a number associated with it. But either way, there's like a limitation, right, on how much you can actually donate to the clan castle. And there is benefits you get from donating to others with some of like the dailies and stuff that you have. So I'm wondering if there is going to be something similar like that in this trading post. Not sure. We'll have to see exactly how it plays out. Right now it just says the trade load, so it sounds like it'll be both, to your point, Mako. So you're probably increasing the send and the request. And yeah, I have no clue about how many people would be able to fill this up.
It's definitely a good way to offload some of your resources if you're a lower level player that's always getting targeted.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. Yeah, and then if you do get like zeroed, at least it's a little bit of a boost. I mean, at the higher levels, 3.6 million is not a lot, right? That's like a quarter of a resource 8 node. But But at least it's something to get you back started, so you can at least like heal troops, because that requires resources and stuff too. So that could be helpful to have.
I wonder if you can split that request load up into like all 4 different kinds. So like if you get 0 and you're stuck at nothing, you can get some food, some wood, some gas, and some metal, so you can at least train troops.
Yeah, that's possible. I wonder if this is so. I'm gonna bring back I'm gonna just compare it to other games, because a lot of games have like this trading kind of sharing concept, right? The other game I used to play a lot is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. They had an area where you could actually donate gear to other people. But what ended up happening is that some people would put in like some of the most common gear to request, because they knew that there was benefits to people that were actually like donating. However, you got like no, like whoever's requesting like one of the most common pieces probably already had like 300, 400 of them. So what had happened is that eventually people started like requesting some of the really more rare gear items, because that's what they needed. They just needed those. But the problem is they're so rare, people just didn't donate as much. So sometimes the full, like you could only get like 5 of them. Sometimes they'd only get like 1. So with your idea, Mako, I wonder how many people would just like force like gas and metal. Because obviously I think most people are fine with wood and food. So it's like, okay, let me just request metal and gas. And then how many people are low that they're not going to be able to donate to that? So they're going to have to like, somebody's going to have to trigger a donation for wood and food to allow somebody else to do the donations to maybe get some of their daily points or whatever it is.
Yep.
So there could be some interesting dynamics going on with the trading post depending on how it's set up. So I am curious to see how the supply convoy goes, and it does seem like it's supposed to be convoy. It's replacing the trading caravan. So it sounds like the supply convoy makes more sense. That's what they have in game. So it looks like the developer feedback was a typo. Go ahead, Mako.
So is this going to replace the trade center? Because I know wasn't it developer feedback 2 weeks ago where they said that the trading was coming?
Yeah, I don't know if they're replacing it though, right? I think they're just adding the feature.
Okay, so you could do either or maybe?
That's what I'm thinking, because I do like the market stall. Because there are certain things I get from there, like the chief badges and the like VIP and that kind of stuff. So I don't necessarily want to lose the market stall. So I'm assuming this is an addition onto the trading post. I'm kind of scrolling back to double check, but I haven't seen anything that indicates that this is not going to be an addition. So
okay.
Oh, look who it is.
Better late than never, maybe?
Yeah.
Always.
Sure. It is the voice of Delete. How are you doing, Delete?
Oh my god. So I'm in New York, and it's roughly 6,000 degrees.
You're talking to somebody in Florida.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
You walk outside and you need a shower in Florida. It's just the way it is.
Today had a real feel of 108 degrees, and I played golf. And I won the tournament, and then came directly home and had to put my kids to bed. And they were not as cooperative as I would like. And here I am.
Well, congrats on the tournament.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was the prize?
$150 in gift shop credit of their pro shop, which I'll probably turn into like a nice shirt or maybe like a little outfit, depending on what the stars are wearing. And then I got a like pretty cool vest and a hat and a shirt, and I won a Bluetooth speaker, which is like my 8th one now. So now I don't even really need to charge any of them at all.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be one of those people now. It's like, oh, this Bluetooth speaker is out of battery. Chuck, just grab another one.
Oh, that's good, because I've got this one too. Yeah.
You're going to be one of those guys.
Yeah. I'll probably start stashing one like pretty far away from me and being like, I have no idea. That's not even my Bluetooth speaker that's playing that obscene noise.
You're gonna make me go on a tangent here. By the way, Liquid Snake says, "Let me see the vest."
Oh, it's in the car.
Okay.
It's in the car. I didn't even bring it in. I literally got home, ran into the house, relieved my babysitter, and she was just like, oh, I thought you were going to be home later. And I was like, no. And I was like, the kids didn't want, she was like, oh, great, because I've got to go. And I'm like, okay. So she left. And then I put my kids to sleep and I left everything in my car. I'm trying to think if I actually left anything in my car that I shouldn't have left in my car. But hey, yeah. I mean, if it's in my car, it's no longer it's being baked in my car. Even at night, even in the pitch black, it's probably still cooking in my car.
So I'm gonna go on a complete tangent here, okay? Because you brought up Bluetooth speakers. So this is, and if you guys are familiar with this, every now and then I go on a tangent about something that just peeves me in general, right? So here is what is like one of the weirdest things. Have you seen the freaking commercial for the Moxie shower head by Kohler?
No.
It is the most ridiculous product I think I have ever seen. It is a Bluetooth speaker that's mount is the shower head. So it is designed for you to be able to listen to music while in the shower, but the Bluetooth speaker is portable so you can take it out and just move around and walk around your house with it. Which effectively means that your shower head is just a single ring and that is it. That is probably the worst shower head I have ever heard of. Like, I like the little nozzles that are everywhere. To give me one ring and to fill the middle with just a speaker is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. And how crazy are you that you need to have music while you are in the shower? Like, why do you need Bluetooth music while you are in the shower? If you really need it, phones have speakerphone. I'm just throwing that out there. They have speakerphone. You can leave your phone on in speakerphone mode with your music near your shower. In fact, most phones are actually waterproof now because too many people dropped it in the pool and they realized, we can make it waterproof and actually upcharge people for it. And that way they don't destroy it while dropping it in the pool.
By pool, do you mean toilet? Because that's actually why they are
both.
waterproof. Because too many people have dropped them in the toilet.
Well, both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
which is not a pool that I recommend.
Hello, Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood is like tangent alert. It's true. I go on tangents and I'm ranting about a shower head because I find it to be one of the most asinine products I have seen advertised ever. They have like the commercial with these people literally taking that like middle of the shower head piece of the shower and just like running around their bathroom like singing into it. It's not even a microphone. It's a speaker. Why the hell are you singing into the speaker? Just seriously, that defeats the purpose. If you're producing sound waves out of your mouth at the same time that the speaker is producing sound waves out of its speaker, you're just clashing all of the noise at the same time. That product makes no sense to me. Just very frustrating.
I will also say that one of the best things to use if you really wanted to jam out in your shower is to actually put your phone on speaker and you put your phone in your sink, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like not getting like, obviously the sink's not on, is relatively dry because you don't want to go ahead and like have your phone exposed to moisture or being wet and then charge it overnight or whatever if you're a night shower like I happen to be, and sometimes a day shower. I kind of shower. I don't fall into the whole trend of like, hey, I'm rich so I'm only going to shower once a week. I don't agree with that.
I have not heard
Um,
of that trend with rich people.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's big. It's big. It's out there. It's out there, Finn. It's like I don't know. It's like
That's gonna be a
Jack
tangent.
Shepard and like Mila Kunis and what's Ashton
the hell?
Kutcher.
What? Why?
like,
Because of their
Brad
like
Pitt.
conserving water or something?
I have no idea. I mean, it just seems like, especially since most of them are kind of like wearing, every time they do an appearance, it's like, wow, you're wearing makeup and you're not going to go ahead and shower after wearing all that. That seems kind of odd to me. But it's a thing. It's a legit thing. Back to my story. So you put your phone on speakerphone in the sink, in the like concave area of your sink, and it actually amplifies it tremendously. So it's like, okay, here's my phone, how it sounds. Not that loud. In the sink, wow, I'm in a symphony orchestra hall. It's pretty solid. I recommend trying it.
Look what Snake is saying. Honestly, I heard showering every day is bad for your skin health. It can be if you don't use like a moisturizing soap. Because the heat and everything can dry out your skin kind of quickly. Especially if you have any skin conditions like a psoriasis or something. It can definitely make it more like itchy. So you definitely want to use a moisturizing soap, like a Dove soap. That's my personal one. So
Temperature control
yeah.
in shower isn't also the best thing for your skin is not to just scorch yourself.
Yes.
Even though depending on hey, listen, I like a hot shower every now and then, but if you consistently hot shower, you're actually doing a disservice
Yes.
to your skin.
You are.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
to finish
it should
with
be
a
like,
cold rinse, so it opens your pores up.
Yeah.
I finish
See?
with a cold rinse because after I take a hot shower, otherwise I would turn off the shower and I'd be sweating. So I'm like, I need to cool off before I turn. Because I don't want to be
and
sweating once the shower is closed.
That obliterates the whole shower.
It does. You just have to use the shower again. It's just like,
Yeah.
that's like again, just going on a tangent. It is one of the worst feelings to take a shower and then have to go number 2. You just feel like everything is just like ruined. Just like you have to start the entire thing over. It's just like, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna shower again. It's just I'm done. Just give up at that point. Finish it and then just take a shower again. Just admit your loss.
Yeah.
You know another thing, Delete, that helps instead of putting your phone in the sink? Just get a separate Bluetooth speaker that's not a shower head. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Why not just have a different Bluetooth speaker?
Shampoo bottle Bluetooth speaker.
Ooh, yes.
Whoa.
You could even have it disguised like a shampoo bottle. There are so many options. Why does it need to be a freaking shower head? Seriously. Like, I just want to know like how they came up with this idea. Like, they were at a company meeting and somebody came up and said, I was having a shower and water pressure and all that really didn't matter to me. But what I really was missing was listening to my Taylor Swift. And I had to realize, like, the best thing for me to do was to then merge together my Bluetooth speaker with this crappy shower head, and we can create a whole new product. Like,
yeah.
Just makes me
I don't
sad.
see the necessity to having a specific Bluetooth shower head.
Mm-mm.
That doesn't seem. I mean, you could just get a Sonos,
Mm-hmm.
and carry it into your shower area
Mm-hmm.
more than anything else.
Or be like Delete and get like 9 other Bluetooth speakers. Just take one into the bathroom, and if it gets wet and destroyed, you have another one.
Yeah. I don't see the need behind all that. I have actually the Bluetooth speaker, like, shampoo dispenser, that, because I'm big on EWG certified like products,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, I don't know. I mean, listen, just about everything causes cancer at this stage in our lives. Just buy anything in California and it comes with this product will give you cancer. Everything from like, your like toilet toilet paper dispenser to screws in California will give you cancer. So EWG has like we buy this company called Attitude for like our shampoo and body wash and whatever, and they started doing the refillable. They send you like the so you buy like the big canister right first, and then you can get the refillable like cardboard box kind of refill thing. So it's more cost effective, and then you just refill it, and then you just use the pump or whatever. So if you could just go ahead and refill like a Bluetooth speaker, that would be pretty good.
Actually, Amazon searched Bluetooth speaker shampoo and nothing is coming up. So I think we would have to open up a shampoo bottle and put one of those like pill Bluetooth speakers in there and then put up the top. And when you want to listen to it, you open it like the shampoo bottle. Now you have an escape for all the sound.
Yeah,
I think that's the way you have to do it.
I've had people I just put my phone in a Ziploc and then I just start listening to my phone in the shower. I'm like, all right, well, that's tremendously different. Like my shower is my time. That's my me time. That's my me time. So I don't know if I want that. I'd rather sing a cappella in my shower or anything else.
Yeah, sing your own music in the shower. What happened in the good old days where you just sang in the shower and somebody heard you and you embarrassed yourself, but you never knew it? Because they would never say anything. They would just say, "We heard you sing in the shower," and that's it. Like, what is this with trying to like Bluetooth everything now? Just weird.
I wonder, in Home Alone, how was Uncle Frank listening to music in their bathroom? Because that's the famous scene where he's singing, I don't even know the name of the song. He's going, "It's Cool Jerk." Yeah, and he's like jamming out, and then Kevin comes in. He's got his device that actually wasn't a real device until after the movie, which is pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure it was just out in the house and just really loud.
No, it was only in the shower. Only in the shower.
Then he had a way to play it in the shower. He probably had a radio in there.
Yeah, he probably had.
1994 shower Bluetooth.
There's no shower Bluetooth. It is going to be one of those Watch Boys. I had one of those. I got that little Kevin, the gray thing with the little microphone. I got that for Christmas at that time. That was the coolest gift at the time. I went around and recorded some of the most asinine things from my parents. My mom hated it because I would record it and just play it back to her over and over again. It was the greatest gift ever. The Talk Boy. Yeah. That thing was like the greatest gift ever at that time. I love that Talk Boy. I had one. I think they're still selling it. Hold on. I just see it on Amazon. I went to Amazon. Somebody's trying to sell it. It's probably at a ridiculous price though. Yeah, it's they're trying to sell it for $150. I donated mine, I'm pretty sure. So because nobody uses cassettes anymore. So even if I wanted to record something, there's like no ways I can record it. So it's just all kinds of fail. But yes, the Talk Boy was like the greatest like gift ever at the time. So there could have been a Talk Boy that was just playing it. Uncle Frank probably did the old school thing, which is recording it on a cassette when it played on the radio, so he had the song, and then play it back. For those of you that are old enough to understand what we are talking about, we are finally at the age where we can say back in our day.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm actually doing this. It's like back in my day, there weren't even CDs. If you heard a song that you liked, you had to be ready to record it off the radio immediately. Otherwise, you had to just wait forever. And then to find your song on that cassette, you better know the order of all your songs.
Yeah. It was also, so growing up, you ever notice how nobody says Apple anymore? Everyone goes, "Oh, I got an iPhone." or this is my iPad. No one
Mhm.
says, oh, it's my Apple iPhone, or
Mhm.
it's my Apple, iPad. When I grew up, it was, this is my Apple II GS computer. It was like, wow, that's I mean, that's got to be one of the, it's not one of the first computers, but it's probably like the first one that was like gained popularity and that was in people's houses.
Mhm.
I mean, it was also when you were like putting in the, what do they call those? What was the original big disc that was like that?
Oh,
you
the
had
big
to,
old
like,
floppy. The big floppy.
yeah,
The soft floppy.
big floppy, and you would just put it in, and you had to close the
Mhm.
thing just in case, like, it would have magically eject out and just hit you in the eye or something. I never understood why it was like the microwave. Like you can't start a microwave until you close the door.
Mhm.
Obviously, that's because of radiation, which pretty much leaks out anyway. But still,
When you're-
besides the point. It was like you had to close the gate in order to like,
Mhm.
okay, now it's ready.
on your big old Macintosh computer.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, those
I said brand
were the
name too,
days.
but my first computer was a Packard Bell 480. Mhm.
Wow. And that was basically a typewriter.
Compared to today's stuff, yes. Definitely. Compared to today's stuff, that was basically a typewriter. Now compare it to
Yeah.
what I'm doing to like get the stream going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have evolved quite a way.
Although we can
Seriously.
all agree on the greatest game ever made, the Oregon Trail with the little pixels.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We all died of dysentery.
95%
Yeah.
of your family died of scurvy or dysentery, and then you had
Dysentery,
to sit there and
typhoid
ford the
fever.
river.
Everything,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mary totally died of typhoid fever every time. Couldn't save her. To this day, I've actually found an emulator where you can play Oregon Trail, and she's still. I'm like, I'm a grown person, and she's still dying. And I'm always killing too many buffaloes because it was so fun. They're like, you just wasted 900 pounds worth of meat. You don't have any bullets left to save your family.
We are not good
And
pioneers.
Mary's still gonna die.
Hmm. We are not
Yeah.
good pioneers. That's all I can say.
No.
Not good.
Yeah, the person that coded that game, they knew what they were doing. That was just, you were
Dr.
gonna get
Feelgood
right back.
said he was an Apple IIe with data cassette recorder.
Oh wow, Apple IIe. Now we're getting fancy.
Oh my god, we are
Oh, yeah.
completely on a tangent, but I love this conversation. Do you guys
what
remember?
were you guys even talking about before we even got on
It
here?
doesn't
Because we've
matter
been,
anymore.
yeah, it does not matter anymore because
Oh,
we
yeah,
are in
that was
such a
totally
much
half
better
hour
place.
We're talking about something that's not going to be out until next week, anyways. So it's fine. Yeah.
So
those-
I've got a confession to make.
Okay.
I don't do this kind of thing often, but there was someone that visited our hive in law yesterday, right around, right around reset, and they just decided to come by and start burning towers. And it was like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. It's annoying sending one troop to burn towers. And then I was just like, all right, let me go ahead and man the towers just so they can't do it anymore. And then it was just like, oh, all right, well, I'm just gonna keep trying to burn them and start burning people. So they didn't burn anyone, but they sent a couple rallies. And then I decided enough's enough. And I caused someone to have over 700,000 in losses, and I don't feel great about it
Why?
because it was just
You're smiling as you're saying. I just hope you realize you are on camera and literally smiling as you were saying. You got a pleasure out of it. Don't even deny it. The smirk on your face tells it all. You got
didn't
a
do it for
pleasure
me.
out of it.
I didn't do it for me. I did it for the.
Oh, I
the
see
benefit
Mako
of them.
smiling too, so I'm sure he enjoyed whatever it was that happened. But
It was, it was. I lost 80 million in BP, and it was a 6-star base, and they didn't know how the game works. So I lost the first 5 marches, which I knew because you've got 2 million troops. I'm only hitting you with like 175,000. So eventually your hospital fills up, and then you leave our hive and you port back home, and you think you're safe, but you're not safe because I'll follow you and I'll completely continue to attack you. So now your hospital's full, and I'm just going to hit you repeatedly until you bubble. So they went from having 2 million troops to having 400,000. So it's not a complete zero, but it was pretty close to just completely having a tough time where they're not going to be able to play res raid for quite some time. So I just want to say that. Actually, they hit me up. The only reason I bring me up is they hit me up, and it's like, oh, I'm glad to see someone's playing the game as it was intended. And I was just like, I wrote back and I go, actually, I don't agree with anything. I don't agree with you guys showing up to our hive. I don't agree with you guys burning our towers. And I sure as hell don't agree with me losing 80 million BP to get it done, and them losing 700 and I think it was somewhere. I think it was like 730,000 troops. Just absolute losses. Not even just like they'll come back or they're an enlistment. 730,000 losses because they wanted to have a good time fooling around in our hive. So I don't feel great about it.
I don't know who Joseph Pesh is, but Joseph Pesh says, you did it for you, delete. I was online when you did it. You are getting called out. That smirk is telling a lot more than you think, delete.
I don't know if I did it for me. I did it because I legit 80 million BP for my base. I went from like 960 million BP to like 860 BP or 890 BP or something like that. And I just, at a certain level, BP is just whatever. At this point in Res Raid, I don't have to heal at all in order to play Res Raid completely. Where I'm sending 80% infantry out in Res Raid, and I'm still not touching the fact that like, oh wow, I ran out of infantry. I have that many. That's how much troops. That's how many troops I have. So it's not really that big a deal. But it was just like, do you really want to play this game? And I also want to test the theory because on stream we talked about this. Like, how many attacks would it take to just, even though someone has a tremendous amount of troops, how many attacks would it take to actually get it done? So it was 5 attacks. It was 80 million BP versus basically them taking 800,000 in losses. Is basically the way that it worked out. To the point where it was just like, okay, after the first 5 hits, their hospital's full and their gear didn't come anywhere close to mine, nor their stats. So like my first, second, third, fourth marches were just doing tremendous amounts of damage. So, I mean, it kind of works out. I mean, it's a, what is that? For me to lose 80 million BP, that is roughly 240,000 troops in losses. Yeah. And
did you solo attack, by the way, or did you rally?
Solo.
You wanted to make
because
sure you
rally,
didn't bubble.
if someone rallies you, all they have to do is port. And like the early states from like 250 and down, relocators or advanced relocators are so cheap. So you can just kind of port around and nothing really happens. And all you did was waste 5 minutes. So I started my initial attacks by waiting for them because they were doing fake rallies and doing like, 1 troop rallies as a joke, which I waited for them to go ahead and send their top 3 marches out in fake rallies. So this way whoever was on their wall was going to be super weak. And I still lost the attacker is always going to take heavy losses. So it was like, even with my stats at like over 160% overall attack and everything cascaded down, I was still losing. I'm still losing 60K in troops every time I hit them, but they were also taking a significant amount of wounded. So their hospital was full. Next thing you know, it was just like, that's it. Now your hospital's full. They poured away. I poured after them, and I completely destroy every troop they have. So, especially if their base construction's wrong, that means like their T9s and T10s are basically filling up the hospital. So anything that they lose is going to be a T11.
Yeah.
So now they are just, that's 750,000 troop losses in T11s is a taxing amount.
Well, at least the guys seem to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes, nice hits. Good to see someone actually playing the game as it was meant to be played. And I'm like, yeah, all right, psycho. I don't think that's how it was meant to be played.
Did you call him a psycho?
No.
Oh.
I was like, hey, man, sorry that it had to be you, but, I don't agree with what I did, but it just happened, and I'm sorry.
Tilly's so nice. He's like smirking as he talks about burning this guy and almost zeroing him, and then he sends an apology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Delete. I don't know why you're not proud.
Proud.
There's a
For
certain
what?
missing lady that I think would be very proud of you right now.
Yeah, she would love that. She would love that story. And then she would start making fun of me, like, oh, yeah, did you see if they wanted to hit your farm for res to get back? She would probably say something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. I just don't see the sense in it. I'm okay. Does Mike Tyson get any relief of knocking out someone that's garbage as a boxer?
No, but
there's
Conor McGregor seems to enjoy getting into fights that he's just going to lose repeatedly now.
Yeah, but he's also like $250 million richer for those losses.
That's
So
true.
that makes sense. This was like a complete lose-lose on both sides.
Maybe he made some money on the side. Let's see if we can get Delete to snap, because Delete never snaps. Let's see if we can get Delete to snap. No, Delete's never gonna snap. I'll give you $200 if you can get Delete to snap.
Yeah, no, I'm too level-headed to snap.
You snap,
It takes
dude.
a lot. Did I?
You chased a base down in order to burn him. Even Mako's saying
I mean, 80 million B. Like I said, 80 million BP to me is not a lot. It really is. If I was like a 300 million BP base and I lost 80 million BP, I'd be like, wow, that was nonsensical. But I've reached the point where I'm literally just having stockpiles of troops for no apparent reason.
I know.
No one will ever attack me. It's to the point where I can eat multiple rallies from the top player and really still not feel it. They will feel it more than I will. So the chance of me getting attacked and me needing to use a shield is 0. I would have to say it's absolutely 0. Unless I have one player who will attack me, and his name is Butt Poop Fart, and he just likes to send troops at me, but they're not really that strong.
Butt Poop Fart?
Yeah. Butt Poop Fart. He'll attack me every now and then.
Sounds like a crappy strategy. Okay, so we have Blue LaRue saying no, you didn't snap, and then we thought it was 100 million that you lost.
80 million BP. I've lost 80 million BP.
Okay. Dr. Feelgood, FYI, still trying to find a Bluetooth shampoo speaker. It's not there. I looked. It's not there. What you have to do is get one of the pill Bluetooth speakers, and then you'll have to get an empty shampoo bottle You put it in, you cap it, and then whenever you want music, you'll just open the top of the thing and it'll link. That's what it is.
Yeah, but the acoustics on that's probably not going to be great.
I mean,
Just saying.
It's a shampoo.
You have to buy the Delete 3000 Bluetooth speaker shampoo bottle in order to get that working.
Built with one of the 9 Bluetooth speakers currently in his house.
The Apple 2GS Delete 3000 Bluetooth shampoo speaker.
Oh my god.
Or body wash speaker.
Yeah, body wash is better. Look for a body wash speaker. You know, that would be one of the most frustrating things too, is so shampoo is better because periodically, like if you want body wash, right? In the order of things you do in the shower, shampoo is typically at the start. It's typically like the shampoo and conditioner and then the wash. So if the speaker is in the Bluetooth, if you accidentally grab the speaker, it's fine. You haven't shampooed yet. If you're at the body wash stage and potentially you have like the shampoo and or conditioner in your hair and you accidentally grab the Bluetooth speaker instead of your actual body wash and you risk the chance of like soap getting in your eyes and all that, I would be a lot more pissed with that. So I think the body wash speaker could cause a lot more problems than the shampoo. I'm more of a fan of the shampoo speaker, personally. I worry about the dangers of the other speakers. I think body wash speakers are a danger to everyone. And I am against Bluetooth body wash speakers.
A loofah. You need a loofah speaker.
That would make for an awful loofah. This goes back to the same concept as the shower head. Just let the speaker be by itself.
Yeah, you turn the bass up on that loofah speaker, though, and it's like a vibrating massage almost.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Which could have applications in other departments as well for those that enjoy vibration. For therapeutic reasons, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where to go from that one. Just there's like nowhere to go after that one. Like there's
developer feedback, maybe. Maybe we'd have to go to developer.
That's
Being
what
that
we
we're talking
did
about-
already.
Oh, well. Shit. Well, okay. I guess I just missed everything.
You missed everything, but the developer feedback is about the new trading post stuff that they're doing. It's called the supply. They wrote in the post Convey, but it's supposed to be the supply convoy. They actually updated some of the stuff in the game already in the research. If you go into the economic one, they have replaced the trading caravan with the new title. It's currently like a placeholder on mine. It looks like they haven't like given it a full name, but they changed it. So it's a new thing that allows you to trade resources to your alliance, and you actually get alliance points for it when you do the trading. So kind of neat, at least in basic concept. It's going to go to PTR this weekend, and it'll be released in the next update, which I'm assuming is going to be next week. So
I haven't joined PTR in forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been I haven't had time to play that much.
I know. I also found, I mentioned it before, I found that unless I could get a duplicate of my own base, it was very difficult to make use of the PTR. Because my base is not high enough to the point where I can really evaluate some of the new content. Because it really is designed for like the very high-end players like you, Delete, so you can make more use of it. I can't. So I would be doing testing, and I can't without a copy of my own base.
So many people that were in the PTR are like, oh, I'm in the PTR. Oh, I'm not really going to attack anybody. I'm just going to say hi and like do this fake capital. And it's just like, really? You know, like, how about, you know, one of you kind of, who's a max player here? Go ahead and drop your troops, you know, on a farm. You know, let me tile hit you to like test things out. And everyone's like, oh, I wouldn't. Why would I want to do that? It's insane. They're like, you know,
Nah, that's just because they were 6 days away from their last shower. They need their weekly showers.
Yeah, Ashton-Kutcher disease. That's what that's called. Or Militinus. You know, depending on what you want there.
This is just, yeah. So we've gone on several tangents today. If you guys have any questions for us, Eric B, with our previous conversation, said, remember when you had to have sleepovers in order to play Nintendo with your friends? Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I used to play on one of those really old tube TVs where in order to change the channels, you had to turn the crank on the side of it. And there were different cranks. And one was for the channel, but the other was more for the frequency. So you could get rid of those like VHS static lines that would show up. So you had to like not only find the channel, but then like focus it correctly. Yeah, I missed that TV. It was a good old Zenith TV.
Hang on, we got to get to channel 6.
Oh my God. You know, like, who thought of the fact that like the turning the channels should be like such an arduous task? Like if you were watching TV really late at night, that like clicking from 2 to 3 would wake up your entire house.
Dude, forget about the TV. Do you remember the phones? If you had a 9 in your phone number, you were the most annoying person ever. Because literally, a 9 would be... Anyone with a 9 in their phone number was the most hated person, I think, in your phone directory. Just flat out, 9s and 0s.
One of the coolest things I ever saw was one of my buddies had his dad was a professor, so he had the mini tape recorder to his dad would take notes on, and he would actually play a recording of him dialing a phone number, and it would actually work. He would play the recording of the receiver into the receiver, and it would actually call the number, which I thought was the coolest thing. And I was just like, wait, what?
What?
I was like, he's like, 16 seconds is you, 29 seconds is Billy. And I would be like, what? And he'd be like, yeah, look, watch, 16 seconds. And he would hold up the receiver, play the 5 seconds it was for the numbers that it would, because it would give what do they call that? Yeah, it would basically be like a Morse code kind of thing, because that's all it would do. When you were going, to the 9, it would just be like, and he recorded that and just played it into the receiver, and it would dial the phone number.
Oh my God. I can't imagine how cool Sarah must be on the other line in order to direct your call correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. See that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Oh, and then my favorite, when 1-800-COLLECT was created, and the ways that you got out of paying for the collect calls by creating the most ridiculous names in order to call. that was always the best part. Just like you create this whole nother thing. So if I'm gonna call delete, so please state your name. What is your first name? Finn.
Pick me up.
Last name. Delete, you're late to the stream. He calls delete.
Again.
You have a call from Finn. Delete, you are late to the stream.
You want to accept? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the original. Wrong.
That's what I call the original text message.
Mm-hmm. It was a 15. It was like a 10-second or less text message.
Free text message. Hello. Would you like to take a call from? Pick me up. No.
Oh my God, we are so old. It's so sad to think. I don't think I'm old, but apparently I'm old. It's just looking back at all the stuff we had when we were younger to now, and just doing the comparison. Yeah, I'm pretty old.
Well, let's go off of Eric B's comment. Remember when you had to plug in a controller just to play with more people in a controller?
Mm-hmm.
The original PlayStation, you had to plug in a controller that had 4 more ports so you could play multiplayer on it.
Or even things like the Power Glove, or the track and field lay down pad. They have to like
I'd love
stomp
that.
on.
Do you know that the Nintendo Duck Hunt gun does not work anymore? Because it used to be based on the reflections off the glass, and all the new TVs are no longer glass. So you can't,
Wow.
unless you have like a glass screen, you can't play Duck Hunt on like the plasmas and the LEDs.
Wow.
It is,
I can imagine being one of those people that like spent like the $250 to get the original Duck Hunt and the gun, and being like, I can't wait to hook this up and play, and then it not work.
I have them, and I tried, and it failed. I had the original Mario Duck Hunt combo. I have the gun. I hooked it up, and I realized it wasn't working. And yeah, it's because there's no glass. It was built.
Have you tried throwing the gun at the screen?
You get those damn ducks.
Yeah, no. I mean, that is one way to get the
man.
ducks. It is.
That
one.
is definitely one of the most degrading games, though, when that dog starts laughing
Oh
at you.
yes,
dude.
he does. Oh, God.
Oh,
No,
seriously.
that's when you get pissed off and the gun goes right against the glass. You are not letting that dog laugh at you anymore. Yeah, you're right. I still remember I would hear that dog laugh and I'm like, nope, and go right up to the screen and just trace it right up against the glass. I'm not missing that duck ever again. Nope.
Yeah. Such a good game.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. I mean, the creativity for all that stuff is just kind of like gone. Like, who wouldn't play that game? You know, like right now. You know, but I guess they're like, I don't want to get my kid's gun.
No, so the newer generation of kids will not play that.
You don't think so? They'd rather just go like this?
Because the other games are so much more complex and like actually draw you in so much more. Like honestly, so I can tell you, like Minecraft is an addictive game.
Yeah.
Simple as it is, Minecraft is a really addictive game because it's like so complex despite its simplicity. The older games were honestly kind of simple and simplistic, right? But for us at the time, that was like the type of game. So we play it from more of like a nostalgic kind of, this was our back in our day kind of games. We grew up with them, so we enjoy it. And then you get these controllers with like 300 different pads on them that you have to control at the same time. It's like, well, I'm just going to go back to my 2 buttons and cursor arrows in order to control things. So I think the newer generation is definitely more into kind of the more detailed kind of oriented games versus the simplicity that we prefer.
I read an article that said like the most popular arcade games are the it's Golden Tee, right? Golden Tee is just because it's just everywhere, and which is surprising because you're like, really, Golden Tee? And apparently Golden Tee is like a top ranked, like money feed machine. Number 2 is a shooting game with a gun. Like the various like
House of the Dead are my favorite.
So I'm like, all right, so like it's like, yeah, people just because they rig the like hardness of it or the difficulty of it to make people go, oh, I'm almost through this level.
Mhm.
And it's just like, all right, I'll just swipe another credit, and like you walk into like a Dave and Buster's or any like, and you'll see that like a majority of the games are going to be those.
I am 100% guilty of that. In undergrad, me and one of my friends decided we were going to beat House of the Dead, and literally we were there.
Hard game.
It is, and we kept the machine. Everyone knew what we were doing, and we kept that machine going. We had people getting us quarters, like everything. I think both of us went in around like $20 in quarters. We beat that game. But it was like $20, and then we got the satisfaction of saying we beat that game. That's all that mattered. I don't care how many times we had to use it. Continue. We beat the game.
Yeah, and the most the most diminished part of gaming in arcade machines is the scoreboard. The scoreboard's it's not really that big a deal. Where the high score used to be something that like used to show every like 3 frames
Mm-hmm.
You know, as in the cycle. Now it's not even a big deal. You know, it used to be like, oh, great. You know, like I just want to put another quarter into play. I gotta go ahead and put my initials in, which used to be lame. Now it's like that's not
Lame.
even
That was
an
like the
option.
best part. You
You
got
would
to
think,
make
but
up the
now when
most
you were
like.
trying to like play like Tekken Tag, and it was like I'm trying to beat this on one quarter, you know, or like one gameplay, I'm trying to beat this.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
when you
just like,
came up
I
with
just want to
that,
start over.
when you came up with that like ultimate 3 or 4 letter thing to put in there as your initials, that was
Yeah,
the best. That was the best. Because usually it was the same ones. You had so many ASS somewhere on the
Yeah.
leaderboard.
yeah. Pooh
Mhm.
is mine. I was always a big Pooh guy. Pooh is in first place, followed by ass and butt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good times, good times. But they're
All
on
right.
the way back. Arcade machines are on a big way back.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have gone like in so many different directions with this stream. Yeah. So next week, hopefully, we'll be able to discuss a little bit more about the supply convoy, and talk a little bit about the way that it's going to work, how the resources are going to go. What are the resources? Is it just going to be the food, wood, metal, gas, or is it going to be something else? But I'm assuming it's just going to be those. But hopefully, you guys had some fun with that, with this discussion. Regardless of whether or not there's a lot going on in game, we're gonna have fun here. So we're glad that you guys were able to join us for this, and just come hang out for a while, do kind of the Thursday night fun here. That's the main goal. So I think with that, I'll move this up, and we will start to wrap this up. Eric B, did you guys see what states the transfer is good for? We talked about that last week. And I'll go find it in the developers post. They did say which states it was going to be. It was a small group. Let me see if I can
Like
find
9 states, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're starting off with
Yeah.
just like 9 states, and it's in the middle. Where is it? Let me see where I can find it. It is states 300 to 310 is the first batch of states that they're planning to test out the state transfer. So 300 to 310.
Which is funny because I logged into my alt today just to do some throwdown missions, and it gave me the option to change to a different state in
Oh.
125.
He's saying they updated
Wow.
it to more, but I don't see. I didn't see anything in the developer post about them expanding it. Maybe they did. I just haven't seen anything in the developer post about it, Eric. Because we went through the one last week. Last week's didn't have anything about that. The week before was more just Migo and Yith. And then the week before that, which was the 28th of July, so about 2-3 weeks ago now, they said 300 to 310. So if they updated it, then I am not sure. I have not. Let me check if there's any place I missed where they could have done it. Let me check their announcements page. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, so I got this. It's the honor binding.
Ooh.
So if you want to switch to a different state, you keep all of your achievements and everything you've done so far.
Huh.
Nice.
I don't know how long my alt hasn't gone logged in yet, though. Maybe
Yeah.
it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we noticed that actually even during that time, Teddy. We had some, or Eric. So I know you said Teddy shared something. So I'll have to check. But I know even when we were talking about it, we noticed some people outside of those states were getting that transfer option. So they said 300 to 310. They seem to have a bigger pool. I don't know what that pool is though.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll like make it clear. But yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. This was a little bit more of kind of a chill Bunker Underground today. We had the developer feedback, but a lot of it was about stuff that was happening next week. And then we went on like 800 different tangents. But I think
And
they
invented
were
a new product.
Yeah. We do
A
have
whole
to come
line
up-
of products.
It's true. Bath Bluetooth wear. Just everything bath associated, there's a Bluetooth version of it. Bluetooth shampoo, Bluetooth conditioner. Of course, for the guys, Bluetooth 2-in-1. Or even the 3-in-1. Let's go to the body wash. Then we can do a men's 3-in-1 Bluetooth solution there. Then we have the
the
loofah.
therapeutic base massager.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the loofah, the soap, just everything.
Yeah. And an apology from me for burning the hell out of someone.
While smirking the entire time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And still laughing about it. He's just reminiscing on it now. So that's what that look in Delite's eyes. He's just remembering the days when he just like burned this guy. That's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be like a pleasant memory he can just always go back to now.
You know what it was? Everyone else was so happy. I made everyone else so happy because of that. I think that's what it is.
Yes,
I brought joy.
Yes,
to the
everyone
message.
else.
Message.
Everyone
Yeah.
else. Yep. Just everyone else is the one that's happy, not the guy that's smirking and telling the story. You know.
Everyone's got to get their apex out every now and then.
I know. I'm gonna blame Apex for your. That's what Apex.
You'd have been so proud.
Mm-hmm.
Apex would have been so proud.
Oh yeah, Apex would have been extremely proud. Apex would have told you though, if you have that many troops, just once that guy was done, you should have just burned everybody else in this alliance. Apex would have just gone down to the next person in line.
Apex would have been like, if you have infantry, you're not playing the game right.
Yeah, exactly.
if you have any infantry, you're not playing the game right.
Yep. All right, guys. So, hope you guys had fun. We will see you next week on another Bunker Underground. And with that, any last words, Mako and Delete?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one thing I really wanted to say. Rock on, Alan.
There you go. Everyone, have a great rest of your night and see you next week on another Bunker Underground.